How you doing, guys? I was not thinking of making a deck profile, but for Vanguard, but I have had this deck laying around and I have played a lot. And now with the new card that came out, the new promo dog that came out, I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a deck profile. This deck is, I wish I could say it's budget friendly, but no, sadly. Obviously, this is my version. I'm not a big fan of the order version since it uses a lot of counterblast. And I'm more of a slow pace kind of guy when it comes to Vanguard. I really like when the games, go a little bit into the longer side. So that's kind of like what I got here. Obviously, the game now it's a little bit faster than usual. With the new Vargas and the other Resail, I think it's called. So yeah, but Luard is pretty good compared to the Shiranui one. It's okay. It's it's gonna leave a hole in your wallet, cause yeah, Shadow Paladin taxes, I guess. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's get started. This is my version of my the deck. Everybody has their own playstyle, but use my deck as a reference. So yeah, starting off with the things that every single deck must have is the crest, the energy crest, and well, yeah, the energy thing. The strides. I don't think you can play others, because this is for standard currently. So yeah, hopefully in the future we get like G Guardians or something. Hopefully not, hopefully yes, but I don't know. I feel like it will be cool for the stride decks, but we already are getting Harry and Nitro, so I don't know how to feel about it. And well, yeah, for the right deck is not going to change. You got Neves that generates the crest, Leofall, and Root as your starting Vanguard, and obviously Luard. This is a Luard deck, so nothing really changes here. So yeah. Now going into the deck, I'm gonna get triggers out of the way. 8 criticals. Oh my god. 8 criticals. Kind of like self-explanatory. It's kind of the one thing that this like game has that you want to kill your opponent as fast as possible. The 4 heals, self-explanatory. I'm not playing any of the other ones, like the ones that gain extra shield or anything. I don't know, they're very situational, and right now I just prefer having the 15k shield. And this is where a little bit different, playing 1 front and 2 2 draws. This is supposed to be another draw, but I can't seem to find my other one. And I'm not a big fan of the draw due to the shield value, but it's okay. And I'm playing the blue over trigger, so just gets you cards back into your hand. So yeah, recycles PG and whatever. Now going into the main deck, I won't explain too much of the cards in here, because the majority are self-explanatory if you already play the game. And I want this deck to be as fast as possible, so it's not like a 20-minute long video. So we're playing 2 of the Cloud Dragon. On this card, you draw a card when you use it for stride, and the other effect is the reason why I'm playing 2 copies is that he gets plus 10k if he's in GB2 ritual. So he gets very big into the big numbers, and it's very annoying for your opponent. And then we're playing 2 copies of Dragon Ball Luard. I was playing 1 copy since you can recycle it, use the owl to get it back into your hand and all the stuff, so I could play other cards. But I don't know, I feel like 2 is a good number. I kind of really want to see this card. If I see it in my opening hand, if I go second, I could just have more grade 3s without having to sacrifice, well, the ladder, because I'm playing 1 ladder too. Alright, that's it for the grade 3s. So for grade 2s, we're playing 2. I was playing 2 copies of Morpheus, but 3 copies of Morpheus. Sometimes I want to see this card early. She turns into a 15 if you have Ritual 3, and that's basically it. She's cool, but you don't really get the value unless you have like 3 cards face up in your T zone. But she is okay. You can play 2 copies. Uh, Apparently I didn't have anything else. Thought I was playing 2, but yeah. Now I'm playing 2 copies of Maple. I have been proxying the other Maple because it hasn't arrived in the mail. Uh, but Maple is self-explanatory, so you don't have to discard to revive with Leafall. Maple just, it's free, like, you know, getting rid of it, and that's it. The other good thing about Leafall is that, you know, he's a ritual, so you can use the Drag Strider, the big guy, to finish the game more often, since, you know, he has the ritual ability, Maple doesn't, and Maple comes in, gets revived for free every single time you stride. And if you have 2, it's a weird ruling, you can revive both. You can get rid of one and then revive the other one, if I'm not mistaken. So that's good, you know, having extra bodies on the field is pretty good, especially since you have to get rid of them with Luard to call the grade 1s. But yeah, that's it for the grade 2s, really nothing out of the ordinary. This is the card that I was playing in case I needed soul, but with the dogs I highly doubt we need them. So yeah. Next we're playing the PGs, self-explanatory. I'm gonna put them in here in the corner. And the bread and butter of the deck, the reason why the deck should is going to be super expensive. We got Saragon. Seeing this card early game or any point in the game, it's super good. Get to see top 2, add 1 to the hand. He's a great one. He gets sent to the graveyard. You can recycle him and use the effect multiple times. But the fun thing about him is just the fact that you get to look at the top 2 cards and just add whatever you want instead of just drawing 1 random card. So you could, you know, if you see a trigger and a random unit, you could just either add the random unit to your hand and just keep the trigger in the deck, and then find a way to shuffle your deck later with like more Fessa or something else. So this card is like, it's reasonable. The reason why the price is that high. It's a staple in any Keter deck, so yeah. Next we're playing 4 copies of Samias. Samias is good. Probably the first 2 cards we're going to be calling with with Luard. She looks at top 2, call one of them, retire during the end phase, and it gets plus 2k, so it's always going to be a 10k. 15 if you have 1g face up, so it gets it at least reaches your grade 3 number, and your turn 2 having her is pretty good because you don't have to have GB2 in order to activate the effect. You just need Ritual 3 to get that extra power, so he's 10k, so it's pretty good. Next, Owl, counter charge. If you have 2 and discard, add 1 Luard. Self-explanatory. Not really. I can't really explain much about the Owl, but just for the counter charge, he's there. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Painkiller Angel. Same as the dog. I was playing 4 copies, but I was actually planning on cutting her out, but just for the fact that sometimes she early game gets that niece out of the soul, so I can have early Ritual 3. It's super good, and the fact that she draws you a card is just, yeah. So that's kind of like the reason why I'm still playing her, and I really haven't found any other card that really fits it, but yeah. And to round up the grade 1s to finish the deck profile, we're playing 3 copies of Preservation Angel. It's another good card to see early game, since you get the shield if you got Ritual 3, and she gets an extra shield boost that is very useful and comes often a lot. This card could be another Preservation Angel, or it could be something else. I'm playing 1 copy of Dindrain. I really like her because she just counter charge for 1, so in case you don't have the Painkiller, you could just go ahead and drop Dindrain, counter charge, and that's it. Obviously it's a little bit heavy with Soul Charge too, but I really like her. If not, if you see her in your opening hand, you can just go ahead and discard it. So she is very situational for sure. If you don't see this, like either two cards are dead, but sometimes the counter charge comes in. You either see this or see the painkillers. Obviously, I prefer seeing the painkillers instead of Dindrain, but she comes on often, majority of the time. And finally, to round up the entire deck, we're playing one copy of Tolpas, just for the shield, and the other effect to look at the top 5. This just gets you whatever you need in the top 5 cards. So yeah, usually half of the time I'm looking for Professor, so I can just finish up the game. But yeah, well, that's it for the Vanguard deck profile for the Luard. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm not a big fan of Vanguard, especially in the current state that the game is. But it's a fun deck to just, sorry, it's a fun game to just play around and all this stuff. But yeah, if you like to see more Vanguard stuff, just leave it in the comments. I do have a couple other decks that I still play around and all the stuff, especially Eva, since she's getting support now in the promo. So yeah, if you like the deck profile, or just use my deck profile as a reference. Just don't copy it. It's very different from everybody's playstyle. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching and peace.